Heyo, this is Yeti Whiskers, and today we're going to be walking through the uphill both ways hard get there challenge on school. In order to complete get there challenges, you need to include all the gaps listed in the challenge in a single combo. Each level has a couple get there challenges, one's easy and the other one's hard. And to earn the got there trophy or achievement, you need to complete all the hard get there challenges. So to find the get there challenges, you need to make your way over to the challenges on the menu here. You can also do it in pause in game. Then you need to head down to skate park challenges, and since we're looking for school, go ahead and head to THPS1, get theirs, scroll down until you find uphill both ways, and as you can see, there are a couple gaps we need. We need the kicker, rail to rail, 2 planter gaps, a dumpster rail, and then the garbage ollie gaps. And the reward for doing this is you get this deck, and then 2,000 XP and $1,000. Before we dive into analysis, let's take a look at a few things. Personally, I think the difficulty of this one is a 5 out of 10. There's a little bit of grinding and manualing, so you have to kind of manage your balance meter there. And it took me about a dozen or so attempts and about 10 minutes to complete this one, so not too bad overall. It shouldn't be too terribly hard, but it'll take you probably a few tries. So the first gap we need to include in our combo is the kicker gap, and I pulled this again from the wiki from the original game, so the details here are a little bit off, but like the structure and everything is the same as the remaster. So for this gap, you need to jump from one kicker to the other here. You can see it highlighted blue, and you can go from either direction, one side or the other, and you can either just straight ollie, like manual and ollie, or you can grind on the side of the kickers to get the gap. You just have to make sure you clear the gap. So here's a clip from the School Gaps video I put out a little bit ago, and again, links for this will be in the description below. It shows the kicker gap all by itself. The second gap we need to hit is the rail-to-rail transfer, and for this one you need to jump from the ledge to the rail, or the rail to the ledge while grinding, and the green lines here show the ledge and the rail. It's much easier if you make the jump while you're headed downhill, but I think and believe you can do it uphill. I just never have done it personally. So here's a clip, again, showing the rail-to-rail transfer and what it looks like. Next, we need to hit 2 planter gaps. As you can see, there are plenty of planters to choose from here, highlighted in yellow. And to get the gap, you just need to grind from one planter to another without hitting the ground in between. So any of the planters work for the gap, but it's easiest if you pick 2 that fall in line with the natural progression of this get there. So here's this gap also. Dumpster rail is the next gap we need to include, and there's a purple line here on the map. Under this purple line, there are 2 groups of dumpsters with a rail on top of each group and a gap in between the 2 groups. So to get the gap, you just need to grind, jump the gap, and then grind again. And again, you can go from either direction to get this gap. Just make sure you have enough speed to clear the jump in between the 2 rails. The last gap included is the garbage ollie gap, and that tiny little red dot is where the dumpster is that you need to ollie in order to get the gap. You can approach from any direction, just need to make sure you clear the dumpster. Now that we've seen all the gaps individually, here they all are on the map, and you can see there's a pretty clear line to follow. You can either start with the kicker gap and work your way uphill, as the name of the challenge suggests, or take the much easier approach and start with a garbage ollie and work your way downhill. So the way that I did it is I went garbage ollie, dumpster rail, planters, rail to rail, and then finally the kicker. So let's go ahead and take a look at it in slow motion, and we'll just analyze it as we go. Alright, first we're going to take it easy. Nice easy garbage ollie into the grind here. Jump into the garbage rail grind. And then we're going to manual our way into some planters. I picked this planter here, a grind, jump, get the planter gap 1, 2, and because there's such a hard turn here into the rail, I just go here to the quarter pipe, revert and manual, and then hit the ledge. From the ledge, we just jump over, hit the rail, and then I'm gonna jump off once we get the gap to trigger, manual, straight into the kicker. So not too terribly hard. Now we're going to take a look at it in full speed. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and good luck.